What's going on, everybody? This is Maurice Bishop, and welcome to Hungry for God TV. Let's eat. All right, today's topic is masturbation a sin? All right, I haven't seen the word masturbation in the Bible, let alone I haven't even seen the word smoking in the Bible. But just because it's not in the Bible doesn't mean that it's okay to do it. And I'm pretty sure y'all was probably googling, searching if masturbation is sin, and y'all probably saw a few posts from doctors saying that it's good for our health, meaning that it can prevent prostate cancer, it can release stress, and y'all probably saw a few posts saying that masturbation was the best way to do it because you ain't got to worry about pregnancies and you ain't got to worry about catching sexually transmitted diseases, right? So I want y'all to focus on this. In Proverbs chapter 14, verse 12, it said, "There is a way that seems right, but in the end it leads to death." So whatever that feels right and whatever that feels safe doesn't mean that it's always right and that it's always safe. So I have a few scriptures and a few reasons why I believe that masturbation is a sin. So without further ado, let's dive in. Alright, so number one, sex is actually designed for husband and wife inside of marriage. Simple as that. In Genesis chapter 1 verse 28, it says that God blessed them and said to them to be fruitful and increase in number, to fill the earth and subdue it. And God blessed them between husband and wife, inside of marriage. And I have another scripture that I really need y'all to hear about, and I'm gonna actually tell you why this is so important. And it's in 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 1 through 6. So I'm gonna read the whole thing first, and then I'm gonna explain. All right. So in 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 1 and 6, it says, "Now for the matters you wrote about, it is good for a man not to have sexual relations with a woman, but since sexual immorality is occurring, each man should have sexual relations with his own wife, and each woman with her own husband. The husband should fulfill his marital duty to his wife, and likewise the wife to her husband. The wife does not have authority over her own body, but yields it to her husband. In the same way, the husband does not have authority over his own body, but yields it to his wife. Do not deprive each other, except perhaps by mutual consent for a time, so that you may devote yourselves to prayer. Then come together again, so that Satan will not tempt you because of your lack of self-control." Now, listen to that last sentence. It didn't say, then have sex with yourself so that Satan will not tempt you because of your lack of self-control. It didn't even say that. And if you read in this part, the wife does not have authority over her own body, but yields it to her husband. It didn't say the wife has authority over her own body, and they just gonna have sex with themselves. No, in the same way with the husband. The husband does not have authority over his own body, but yields it to his wife. So within the whole scripture that I just read, it didn't say anything about a husband or wife having sex with themselves, except for the husband having sex with his wife, and obviously the wife with the husband, reuniting together. And that's all it says. So number one, I believe masturbation is sin because sex is actually originated for husband and wife inside of marriage. And nowhere in the Bible does it says that we should have sex with ourselves, or sex was created for us just to have sex with ourselves. It's a selfish act. So that's the reason why I say masturbation is sin. Number two, masturbation is sin because lust leads to masturbation. And when you're masturbating, you're lusting. So in Matthew it said, "But I tell you, if anyone looks at a woman lustfully, he has already committed adultery with her in his heart." And you gotta think with our whole body, when lust come in, it's like a wildfire and everything. We start to roam and we start to visualize and we start to fantasize. Which is why I've always say that a lot of people look at porn because it gives them that fantasy world and it makes them visualize and everything. And which is why I believe there's so many times that when people look at the pornography or just lusting in general, you can never meet a woman, for a man, you can never meet a woman and not want to have sex with them because you just filled your mind up with so much lust, and you're burning with passion because of it. And the same thing with a woman who looks at pornography. She looks at a nice or a good-looking dude or whatever, and yeah, she may want, or in her mind, she may just about say, yeah, she want to marry this person, but in the long run, she wanna have sex or whatever. She's going by his looks and nothing about his internal, who he is as a person. All the moral stuff that you would need in a man and stuff. So That's why I say lust is a big thing. Lust is a sin, and this is just for people who think that you can still masturbate without lusting. I'm gonna say this to you: if God would come down on this earth and everything, and He was standing like right in front of you, can you honestly say to yourself that if I masturbate, I'm gonna bring glory and honor to God? Can you honestly say that masturbation is gonna bring you closer to God? Really think about that. And also, if you feel as though that you can still masturbate without lusting, and you think that it's okay to do it, then my thing is, what would be your first? What will be like? What caused you to actually masturbate in the first place? That would be the thing. Like, what originated for you to even masturbate? Like, because obviously you didn't do that when you was a kid back in the day. Like, you didn't. You started to gradually learn it. Like, gradually you start to learn, you start to pick up things, and you start to do it, and then it became a habit. you know so my question to you is, what caused you to, like, what started you to masturbation? Like, what made you want to do it in the first place? So you gotta really think about it and get to the root of why you're doing it. You know so to me, regardless of how y'all think about it, you're still lusting, and even if you're not lusting, you're still sinning, or there's something, it's a root in there that's still causing you to do it. You know, so that's number two. Number three, I always say that. Before I even get to number three, I also want to say that. I also want to say that in Job chapter 31 verse 1, it said that like Job said that he made a covenant with his eyes so that he won't lustfully look at a young woman. And I really want to point this out too, because how many times we as men actually see a fine woman walking past us, and we turn around and like, man, she got a big butt, you know what I mean? Or she got pretty face, or she got nice hips, she got nice legs, or like she look good, and then we do it so much that we start to fantasize about that person, and it just become normal, and that just like it just become normal. Like, we get excited about that when we see fine women, especially like if you was like me, used to go to the club or whatever and try to spot out the fine woman, the nice woman with the nice butt and like everything. Like, you should do that. At least I used to do it. I don't know about y'all, but I used to do it. You know what I mean? So when you start doing that, you'll go, and even after doing that, you start meeting up with a woman. All you think about in your mind is just trying to sleep with her and get your nut off. 'Cause that's really what you're really doing. You just meeting a woman, you trying to get your nut off. And I hate to say it so blunt like that, but I'm just being honest with y'all. That's what we do. We think about ourselves. It's not love. You're not even thinking about the person. You don't even care if the person really get it off. You just care about if you're getting it off. You know what I mean? You want to make sure that you get it, you hit it, you get it off, and then you good. And that's lust, and that's selfish, and that's just selfish. And God never called us to lust. You know. So that's one thing. That's why I say lust it's just bad. It's just bad business. So take lust out of you. I know it's hard. I know a lot of y'all, it's hard and everything, but I want y'all to think of this. And this is how I got delivered from lust. And I really want to point this out to y'all, that it's really important, because matter of fact, I'm gonna say this. Even in Ephesians 5:3, it said, "But among you, brother, but among you, there must not be even a hint of sexual immorality, or of any of impurity, or of greed, because these aren't proper for God's holy people." And I want to say, this is how this is how I got delivered from, like, lusting, like, in my mind, like, constantly thinking about it. I had to think about in this revelation, if I would have died today and I would have stand before the judgment day of God, I know that God is going to judge my thoughts. He's going to judge by my works, my actions, and my heart. So he's going to judge me on all that. He's definitely going to judge me on my thoughts. And like he said these aren't proper for God's holy people. So we shouldn't even have a hint of sexual immorality. So I really want you to think about and really fight towards it. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, man, during the day of judgment or whatever, that's God's going to look at our thoughts. And he says it all in the Bible about, the thoughts, man. Keeping your thoughts pure and meditating on the law day and night. Hide the word in your heart that you might not sin against thee. Like he keeps saying in the Bible, if y'all really read and really have, really read and really be honest with yourself, man, that what y'all doing is wrong. Masturbation is just wrong. But I really want you to get understanding of how I got delivered. When I got that revelation that I was going to be judged by my thoughts and everything, it really stopped everything. That's why I stopped the smoking, because I was a big time smoker and a big time drinker, and I literally got delivered from all of that, and I got delivered from masturbation as well. So, and because of it, it made everything better. Like, my relationship with God is way better, and um, my marriage, and as I say, I'm married. My marriage is even a lot better. It's better, way, 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 way better, way, way, way better. For real, man. Y'all have no idea, man, because the lust and the pornography and the masturbation, it's all about self. It's a selfish thing, and when you start doing it and filling yourself out with lust, it becomes a selfish need for you, and all you're gonna think about in your mind is you, because it's so selfish, and you're not honoring your wife by doing that, and you're not honoring God by doing that. Simple as that. So I'm just telling y'all from my personal example. I didn't think I was gonna really say this to y'all, but I'm being transparent with y'all. I'm gonna just tell y'all. I used to, man, and God changed me. God delivered me from that. So I just know that this life, being pure from all that is the greatest thing you can ever do. And of course, number three, the reason why I say masturbation is sin, because it does not honor God. And pretty much what I just said, if God could be on this earth and stand in front of you, can he or can you honor God through masturbation, and can you give him glory, and will you be able to become closer to him through masturbation? And to me, my answer is always no. But for y'all, that's for y'all to even think about, like, to really evaluate yourself and really think about that, and really ask yourself if y'all could really do that. And also, I wanted to read something to y'all too. In 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 12, it said, "I have the right to do anything," you say, "but not everything is beneficial. I have the right to do anything, but I would not be mastered by anything." And I want to say this. A lot of y'all can say that, what, I masturbate, but I can always stop. But a lot of y'all would say that, and a lot of y'all can't really stop, and a lot of y'all can't stop lusting in your mind. So my thing is, if you could do something and you can't help but stop, like, you can't help but to keep doing it, and you're trying to stop but you can't, that's called being in bondage. And God didn't call us to be in bondage. He gave us, God gave us his word, he gave us his spirit, so that we can overcome all the powers of the enemy. He gave us something where we can overcome all our obstacles. You know what I mean? And even with our thoughts, he said that we demolish arguments and every pretension that set itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive a very thought to make it obedient to Christ. He gave us his word, to overcome, our struggles, and, like, our habits, And if I was y'all, I would actually, like, somebody that you really trust, like somebody that you don't mind talking to, and somebody that won't try to embarrass you, and somebody that won't try to put you down for it. If you're struggling with masturbation and you really want to stop but you really can't, number one, I would ask God to help you, like, to help you out, like, to repent, and also to deliver you from it, and also to have somebody that can be your accountability partner. And how I did it, and I know how I got delivered from it, is I kept and I'll be honest with you, I didn't really tell nobody. I didn't, and I'm not saying that y'all should do what I do or whatever. I'm not saying that at all. But I know some people need more help than others, and some of y'all probably do need to ask for help, and some of y'all actually do need to go to somebody and get prayed for, so that you can seek deliverance or whatever, and you believe in your heart that God will deliver you from it, and that you will keep like, some of y'all need to, like, not watch certain movies or whatever, or certain TV shows. Some of y'all need to not be on Instagram like that, because I know personally for me, how I was feeling was I would, like, keep scrolling through Instagram, and I had a lot of, like, fitness females and good looking females that would come on, and then it would stir me up. So I had made my decision to not really be on social, which I had. It's crazy though, cause I haven't been on social media like crazy. I haven't even been on there like that. I can't remember the last time I was really on it. But some of y'all got, like, just can't really look at it like that. Or if you can delete all the females that stir you up, if you gotta delete it, delete it. And what else? Yeah, like certain movies, certain TV shows on social media, and certain music that y'all listen to that y'all shouldn't be listening to, because that's another thing that can stir you up, because it happened to me. And and even people that you're around too. And that's another thing, because there was times where I wouldn't watch none of that stuff, but it would be like certain people that I hang around with, and that also would stir it up. It would be certain things that they talk about, and I'm telling you, words are powerful, man. Words are really powerful. Like I always think of it as like words are like spirits, and they come in human form, and they do whatever that is said that come out of a person's mouth. So I believe words can really affect, words can really affect somebody, and just like somebody's action, their presence, like you can really feel it. So, and also another thing y'all should be doing, y'all should be staying in that word and like meditating on the word day and night, and really memorizing your scriptures, and praying every day, asking God, because God already gave you the victory. You just need to speak it and believe it for yourself. Number one, that's something that y'all need to do. Um, but overall, man, like I'm just letting y'all know, like the stuff that y'all need to think about, what y'all need to do. If I really want to not masturbate anymore. Um, Again, I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. Um, Definitely subscribe if y'all really like this video. And if y'all have any questions or concern, or y'all want me to pray for y'all, definitely email me or comment below, and I will definitely um, pray for y'all. And I'll contact, and I pretty much reply pretty quick, or at least I try to reply very quick. But I'll reply to every single one of y'all. All right. Peace out and God bless.